Hi, guys. Welcome back to Sunday School with me today. I hope you had a great Sunday. Don't know what happened with my words there, but I hope you're having a great day. And let's go ahead and get started. So, I want to ask you to think a little bit. And I want you to think, what is a child? I know you're a child, but what age do you think a child is? Or what age do you think you go from being a child to a grown up? Maybe you think it's when you become a teenager and you're kind of in that weird in between of child and grown up. Or maybe it's when you move out of your parents' house or your caretaker's house and you're on your own. Maybe that's when you're a grown up. But what if I told you that no matter how old you get, no matter what your age is, you're always going to be a child? Isn't that crazy? Wonder why that is. Well, we're going to learn about that today from our scripture, which is from First John chapter 3, verses 1. And we're going to look at that right now. So this verse says that the Father has loved us so much. He loved us so much that we are called children of God. So, I wonder why he calls us children of God, even when we get all grown up. Because when we think of children, we think of small people, right? We think of people who can't take care of themselves yet or are small and still in school, probably your age, But even when you're big and tall and grown up and you can do things all by yourself, you're still called a child of God. I wonder why that is. Well, we're taught that God made us, right? God made the world, God made the earth, God made everything, including us. So God made us, and I think that makes us children of God, don't you think? And no matter how old we get, that's not going to change. We're still going to be a creation of God, right? No matter how old we get, no matter how many years go by, we always came from God, and that's never going to change. So we are always going to be children of God. So what's cool about being a child of God? Hmm. There's many reasons why it's super cool, but I think my favorite reason is that we get to be so loved, so loved. And it even says in our verse, it says the Father has loved us so much, and He loved us so much that we are called children of God. And so let's think of other people that we consider ourselves children of. So you would consider yourself a child of your parents or whoever is taking care of you, right? You're their child. Think of who that person is and think about how much they love you. I bet it's a lot, right? Well, the cool thing about being a child of God is that He also loves us so much, just like that, which is super cool. And it's super cool because it's never going to change. No matter how old we get, no matter what we do, no matter what we say, we're always going to be a child of God who is loved so much. So, we're going to do some fun activities that will help us remember that. And I have two that you can choose from. Oh, wait, no. I have an activity that we're going to do first before we do crafts. Almost forgot. My bad. So, here with me, I have a yardstick, which is basically a big ruler. It just kind of goes longer. And then I also have, let me stop sharing my screen. That way you can see better. Okay, so I have the yardstick, right? It's just a big ruler. See, you have all these numbers, and all those numbers are an inch. So, which is just how we measure things. So this much is called an inch. That's 1 inch. And then you add another inch, that's 2 inches. Another inch, that's 3. And it does that all the way until you get to 36 inches. But That's just how much this measures. There's other things like tape measures and stuff that can go even farther than 36 inches. But this is how we use to measure things. And so what you're gonna watch me do, and if you have stuff like this at home, you can do it with me, but you can also just watch me. I'm gonna say our verse today. And I'm gonna, as I say it, I'm going to run this string across my yarn, and when I'm across my yardstick, and when I finish saying the verse, I'm going to stop. I'm going to see how many inches my my thread or my string has stretched out. So I'm going to read our verse that says, "The Father has loved us so much; He loves us so much that we are called." Or I'm going to say, I'm just going to read that second part. I'm going to say, "He loved us so much that we are called children of God." So, ready? He loved us so much that we are called children of God. So that landed at about 14 inches. Can you see that? So now what we're going to do, we have our number 14, and we're going to use it to fill in the blank of this sentence, which is a blank-year-old is a child of God. So our number for this time is 14. So a 14-year-old is a child of God. So even a teenager is a child of God. So let's do that again. Maybe I'll say it at a different pace, because the slower I say it, the more I go. So he loved us so much that we are called children of God. Ooh, this time I got to 22, which is my favorite number. But yeah, even a 22-year-old is a child of God. So that's about how old I am. So even me, all grown up, I'm a child of God too. And then I'm going to do it one more time. Let's see how far I can go. So I'm going to say it really slowly. He loved us so much that we're called children of God. Let's see how far I went that time. Well, I got to 31. So 31 is like a grown up, right? Like they are all grown up. They're all, yeah. You probably know some people in their 30s. They're grown-ups for sure. But they're also children of God, even though they're all grown up. They're still children. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, now we can do our crafts. And so our first one, again, I have two of them, and you can do either one of them or both of them. Because one of them might be a little bit tricky. So let me share my screen. Is it? Yes. So you are given something that looks like this piece of paper right here. And it's going to tell you where to fold and where to cut. And you're also going to follow this diagram. And it's going to make a book, and it's going to look like this at the end. But I'm going to do it with you. So I'll unfold it. I also already cut mine, but pretend it's not cut. So you have your piece of paper, right? The first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold it hot dog style. So think of a hot dog and how it's long but short. That's how your piece of paper is going to look, long and short. You're going to cut it on the long, not cut it, you're going to fold it on the long side. And then once you have that, you're going to cut it, and you want to do it on the dotted lines that are on there. So it's nice and even. And so after you have that, you're going to fold it in half again, but hamburger style. So you're going to fold it on the short side. So that kind of makes almost a square, but not quite. And then you're going to unfold that. You're going to unfold it all. and fold the whole piece. So you'll have the original size, the whole piece of paper, and you're going to fold that hot dog style again to where, and see that center line that says cut? You're pretty much going to fold that line in half, if that makes sense. That way, when you have your scissors, you can just cut that half line. It'll cut both sides of the line. You can get an adult to help you with this too. I know it's a little tricky. But anyway, so you'll have it cut like this. And then you'll unfold it again. And you're going to go back to that hot dog style that we started with. And that way, you'll do this, kind of in the step number 4, right? And this is where it's a little tricky. So you're going to like push these two sides together and then kind of look to where the front is. So this is going to be your cover page, the very front. And so you want to make sure that's on the front. And then you're just kind of going to squish it down. And then so you'll have this, squish it down. And then see how you have like this kind of flat part? You're just going to grab it and pinch. And then you can do all your creases. And it won't be perfect. Mine was definitely not perfect. See, nothing's like really even, but that's okay. I still love it. I think it's a really cute book. And then it has things for you to do in it. And so you'll open it. First of all, you want to write your name where it says illustrated by. Illustrated just means you drew the pictures. And you can even draw a picture on the cover if you want, whatever you want to draw. But then on the inside, it tells you what to draw. So the first page, it tells you, draw a heart here. And so you draw a heart on this page. The second page says, draw a cross. So you draw a cross on the second page. You flip the page. And then it says, draw a picture of yourself, a child of God. So you'll just do a little self-portrait on this page. And then the next page, on the last part, you're going to get autographs, or you're going to get other people to write their name. And you're just going to have all your friends and family fill their names on this piece of paper so that you can remember that they're children of God too. So that's fun. But it might be a little tricky. So if that was a little too advanced or a little too hard for you, which is completely understandable because I had trouble with it too, I have another one. So have you ever done a hand turkey before during Thanksgiving, where you put your hand on a piece of paper and then you trace it and then you make a turkey out of it? We're going to kind of do that today, but without the turkey part. So you're going to go take a piece of paper and a pencil. And you're going to trace your hand. And then you're going to get some scissors and you're going to cut it out. And then you're going to go around your household and have your mom, your dad, your sister, brother, grandma, grandpa, anyone in your household, you're going to have them do the exact same thing with their hand. And so at the end, so after that, you're going to have all these different shaped and maybe different colored hands. And then on each of those hands, write your name on each, whoever, write your name on the thumb you did, on the hand you did, and then have others do the same. So everyone needs to mark their name on their hand. That took me a while to explain, I'm sorry. And then you're going to get a blank piece of paper and you're going to put all the hands on that piece of paper and glue them and try to have like the bottom of each hand be aligned so you can see how they're all different. But you don't really have to do that. You can also put the hands wherever you want. It doesn't really matter. And then you can just write wherever you want, we are children of God. And it should look something like this. I forgot to leave space for my children of God, so I kind of had to add on, but that's okay too. And it looks really pretty. And you can remember that everyone in your household, everyone who has a hand, or if they don't have a hand, they're also children of God too. But everyone in your household is a child of God. So those are my 2 crafts for you. And I think both of them are super fun. So I hope you have fun with them too. But that's pretty much all I have for you today. We're going to end on a little prayer though. So I'm going to say a line. And then after I say a sentence, we're going to say together, we are children of God. Can you say that with me? We are children of God. All right, are you ready? So after I say a sentence, you're going to say that with me. Ready? Dear Lord, when we are babies, we are children of God. When we are in elementary school, we are children of God. When we are teenagers, we are children of God. When we are adults, we are children of God. And forever and always, we are children of God. And all of God's children say, Amen. So I hope you guys had fun today. I did definitely. I think it's a really good thing to remember that no matter how old you are, you're always going to be God's child, which is something that just makes me happy. Because sometimes it's not very fun getting old. And so it's fun to kind of still think of yourself as to remember that you're still God's child at least. So, but yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I hope you have a great day. Bye.